Somewhere beyond time, common sense, and workplace safety regulations, an impossible tournament is beginning. In one corner, the modern human, armed with advanced nutrition, thousands of years of combat knowledge, and a gym membership he has used almost 4 times. In the other corner, the ancient human. No gloves, no protein powder, no deodorant. Just a lifetime of crossing frozen wilderness, carrying heavy objects, and staring at animals that no longer exist. Choose your fighter. Modern human versus ancient human. Before anybody loses a health bar, what exactly is an ancient human? A person from 30,000 years ago could be Homo sapiens, the same species as us. They were not unfinished humans waiting for someone to unlock civilization. Their bodies and brains were fundamentally modern. So this may be less evolved man versus primitive caveman, and more person trained by an MMA coach versus person trained by 30 years of nature attempting a fatality. For a truly different opponent, we need a Neanderthal. Our tournament has 3 matchups: an average modern person versus ancient Homo sapiens, an average modern person versus a Neanderthal, and a professional fighter versus a Neanderthal. Combatants ready? The ancient contestant has been ready since approximately 60,000 BC. Ancient humans generally possessed more robust skeletons than sedentary people today, but their bones were not made from prehistoric titanium. Bone adapts to physical loading. If someone grows up walking long distances, climbing and carrying supplies, the skeleton responds. Research on European skeletons found that lower limb strength declined gradually as people became less mobile after agriculture appeared. Humanity did not suddenly become fragile when somebody invented the office chair. It was a slow defeat. But fossils cannot tell us exactly how much someone could lift, how fast their muscles moved, or whether they understood combat. Modern wrestlers and boxers also develop stronger bones and connective tissue with training. The ancient fighter receives a durability bonus, not invincibility. Myth destroyed! Now the Neanderthal enters the arena. He is broad, compact, and relatively heavy for his height. His lower arms and legs are shorter than those of many people today, proportions that probably helped conserve heat. That creates a combat trade-off. Shorter forearms may mean less striking reach. A longer-armed modern fighter could attack from outside the Neanderthal's preferred distance. Excellent news, until the Neanderthal gets closer. Now a broad, powerful prehistoric refrigerator is attached to your torso. His compact build could make him difficult to move in a clinch, although fossils cannot reveal which wrestling techniques Neanderthals knew. The modern fighter's strategy is simple: stay away. The Neanderthal's strategy is also simple: come over here immediately. Distance versus prehistoric refrigerator. Neanderthal hands were robust and capable of powerful, precise grips. Their strong thumbs and broad fingertips helped them manipulate stone, wood, hides, and tools. But claims that they could crush a modern hand like a juice box go beyond the evidence. We have hand bones, not grip strength measurements. Those hands also performed enormous amounts of repetitive work. Their robust appearance may partly reflect thousands of hours spent using them. When 2 hands were not enough, Neanderthals apparently recruited their mouths. Microscopic wear suggests they sometimes clamped hides or other materials between their front teeth while working. Tool in one hand, mammoth hide in the other, and more mammoth hide between the teeth. Inventory management was difficult before pockets. Their teeth frequently suffered heavy wear and damage, so this was not an indestructible animal bite. Their mouths were hardworking tools, not secret superweapons. Dental durability, questionable. Some Neanderthal upper arm bones show remarkable right side dominance. Researchers once suggested this resulted from repeatedly thrusting spears at close range. 1 enormous arm, 1 deadly spear, 0 interest in negotiation. But an experiment measuring muscle activity found that spear thrusting did not produce the expected pattern. One-handed hide scraping matched it better. The terrifying combat arm may have been partly a clothing production arm. Imagine everyone fearing your enormous shoulder when you actually developed it, making excellent winter jackets. Still impressive, just surprisingly fashionable. Neanderthal skeletons also contain spectacular injuries, inspiring portrayals of battered prehistoric berserkers. However, a larger analysis found similar overall skull trauma rates in Neanderthals and Upper Paleolithic Homo sapiens. A healed injury tells us that someone survived. It does not reveal exactly what happened or whether that person won. Archaeologists must separate violence from hunting accidents, falls, and later damage to the skeleton. Very few fossils preserve unquestionable evidence of unarmed combat. Combat record unavailable! Now, a professional modern fighter enters the arena. The Neanderthal may possess the more rugged general-purpose body, but the professional brings specialized combat software. A boxer does not punch using the arm alone. Force begins against the ground, travels through the legs and hips, rotates across the torso, and finally reaches the fist. Elite boxers achieve greater punch speeds because training coordinates the entire body. An untrained but powerful person may swing like he is removing a spider from a curtain. Large movement, maximum panic, terrible accuracy. A trained fighter manages timing, distance, balance, and defense. They recognize incoming attacks and conserve energy instead of tensing every muscle at once. That advantage cannot be seen in bones, thousands of hours of knowledge designed specifically for defeating another human. Prehistoric strength versus trained technique. The modern grappler also has a disturbing equalizer. Thick bones and a broad torso cannot make the brain function without enough blood. Research involving trained, resisting combat athletes found that unconsciousness occurred about 9 seconds after a vascular neck restraint was fully established. Reaching that position against a powerful Neanderthal would be extremely dangerous, but it shows why technique matters. A submission does not have to break the strongest bone. It can exploit a biological vulnerability shared by ancient and modern humans. Evolution gave us magnificent brains, then placed the supply lines inside an accessible neck. Interesting design choice. Critical weakness discovered! Some Neanderthal reconstructions estimate lung volumes near 9 liters. Does that mean unlimited stamina? Not necessarily. Lung size is not the same as athletic endurance. Neanderthals had broad torsos, substantial body mass, and high energy demands in cold environments. Large lungs may have supplied a large, energy-hungry body. They do not provide a prehistoric fitness score. A trained fighter also understands pacing and controlled breathing. The average modern person becomes exhausted after carrying every grocery bag in one trip because making 2 journeys would dishonor the family. The final health bars are flashing. It is time for the verdict. Average modern person versus ancient Homo sapiens? I favor the ancient forager. A lifetime of walking, climbing, and physical work offers a serious advantage over a sedentary opponent. Ancient Homo sapiens wins! Average modern person versus a similarly sized Neanderthal? I cautiously favor the Neanderthal, especially at close range. But reach, size, health, and experience could change everything. Neanderthal wins! With scientific uncertainty. Elite MMA fighter versus Neanderthal? I favor the modern fighter. Not because modern humans evolved into superior beings, but because combat sports accumulated generations of knowledge about timing, leverage, and anatomy. The Neanderthal has better general-purpose survival hardware. The professional fighter has better combat software. Technique wins the tournament! Unless the fight occurs in a freezing wilderness and both contestants must survive for a month. Then the modern champion may be defeated by the weather before the Neanderthal realizes the tournament started. Who would you choose? Leave your verdict below. Subscribe for more ancient questions nobody thought to ask until it was far too late. Never challenge a Neanderthal unless you are prepared for ancient combat and catastrophic body odor. Tournament complete!